So it's been a few days since that blizzard, and I've just been getting a lot of cabin fever. It's either I'm working or going home and staying in because it was really bad. The roads recently, like they were all uneven. So I think now the sun's out, things are warming up. I think I'm gonna go out in nature for a little bit. Studies have proven at least 20 minutes in nature can improve your mood, so I think I will take you guys along with me for that, just to get out, because you get out. I'm sure we've all been there, where we just stay inside for too long. It's like, okay, I'm getting that itch now, so I'll take you along with me for that.
The whole thing was a bus. I went to the place that I usually go to, and unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be plowing that area. So after that, I went to another place that I would go to, and they didn't plow that area. And now I'm back home. So I think I'm just going to go to the grocery store and buy a toothpaste just to get out. So I don't know if I'm going to take you guys with me for that, but yeah. Oh my gosh, this is fucking ridiculous.
Alright, well, now I'm home. I got my Crest 3D White toothpaste. I'm going to set up like a little table and put it here and then sit here, and then I'll have a proper place to, do my thing with the music. So I am going to set that up and just jam out, make a little session, finish that song I was working on. So I'm just working on something right now with more of a tribal feel to it. I've always loved that type of music. With singing, it's more of a sonic vibration when there's no words included in the song. And that can invoke memories, feelings, a story within ourselves. And I just want to make something that can hopefully resonate with someone who listens to it. I mean, I'm not a professional. I don't consider myself anything but an amateur. But I really do enjoy making music right now, and it's something I really like to pursue more as a hobby. But that is what I wanted to share with the type of sound that I'm trying to work with right now, and hopefully I will get it out to you guys soon. So I have my setup, and then I always like to light an incense because it just sets the mood. I will show you what I have. That's my setup. You can tell I'm no longer on the floor, so that's great. Got everything hooked up. And this is what I've been working on previously, so hopefully I can layer it, add more to it, and you guys will see a little bit of that later. Alright, so now looking back on it, I'm gonna have to layer my vocals because I have music and I think the vocals are too weak, so I'm gonna do that, finagle it more, and see where it takes me. So I'm gonna conclude the vlog here. I'm still wrapping up the music that I'm making. I'll upload that to YouTube at some point later today, and hopefully this vlog too. I hope wherever you guys are, you're warm, you're safe, you have electricity. Again, the East Coast got freaking slammed with a blizzard, and some places right now still don't have power, so I'm really hoping we all get power soon and that everyone is just they have places to charge their phones and, contact their loved ones and, that they're safe. So I hope wherever you guys are, you're having, if you're not having like the best time ever, I just hope wherever you are, you're having some form of peace. And hopefully soon the sun will warm up and we can go outside again, have fun, and I can make fun content for you guys and show you around, be in nature again. So until then, I love you. Bye. So the reason why I'm wearing this cute Slavic cat is because we just got hit with probably the biggest friggin' blizzard that the East Coast has seen in a while. We literally got 2 feet of snow, and it's been a few days since that blizzard, and as I'm actively talking, it's starting to snow again, and it feels like freaking Russia right now. Like, I can't even explain. It's just so weird. We haven't seen this much snow in such a long time. So, just the camera. We lost power, and when we lost power, I had stuff to do. I could read, I could play games and stuff, and I did. But most of the day, I was just kind of like on reset mode, trying to recharge my battery, kind of like in a meditative state almost. And as I was in this meditative state, I was reflecting my life, my being, how I got to this point. And one of the things is where I am now in life is part of my own fault because there was a lot of self-neglect. When you're a people pleaser, you want to obviously people please, and you neglect yourself and your own needs. And when that happens for such a long time, it finally comes out and it bursts, and it deeply impacted my mental health to a point where I could not work. So I had to abruptly switch gears and prioritize my own health needs, my own personal life. There was a lot going on there. So that was a few years ago. Now I'm coming back to this meditative state that I've been in and reflecting on, where I am now, because I was in, I want to say, a low mental state, a low consciousness. I know, throwing that word out there, consciousness. But the perceptual state that I've been in for the last few years has been very foggy. And now I'm coming out of it, and I realize now that I'm in a place where I no longer have to be. In addition to that, when I look around myself, because I put myself, because of my mental state, I had no choice at the time but to put myself into a lower level of existence, being, where I surround myself with, the only other word I can explain is low consciousness people, like people that don't have consideration for empathy of others. Like, they don't have any empathy. They can't consider other people's feelings. There's a lack of awareness, lack of just asking other people, are you okay? Which I've often have done, but it has never been reciprocated. And, you can't expect that from other people. Obviously, everyone has their own things, and some of the things that happen to people are so incomprehensible, even to myself, my own being. So you have to have some open-mindedness with that. But again, I'm just at a place in life where I no longer have to be here, and my eyes are opening, and it's like, okay, well, I think it's time to make the move to move on. So one of these thoughts I had this morning, actually, I mean, people are probably going to think I'm absurd, and that's fine. But I think, on the other hand, with the accessibility of technology, a lot of people have been opening up more to this. They have been seeing it more firsthand through their own perception that we live in a world. And let me differentiate that. So we live on planet Earth, and Earth is a beautiful planet with nature and its own natural form. And when humans got here, developed civilizations, developed false systems, developed false illusions that deceives society, even though society that in itself is a construct developed by man, that the ones running it have developed an illusion that we must depend on it. Like humanity feels like we have to depend on the system. And you end up going into what's called a perception trap, is how I say it. And we just get caught up into these sociological constructs that it's all that we know. We can't fathom the thought of the potentials of another way. And a lot of people, when they think this, their first thought is fear-based. And fear is an evil. It's developed by evil force. And miracles lie on the other side of fear. So you have to have an open mind, a blank slate in your perception to be open to any possibilities, because we live in a place right now where we do have access to infinite possibilities, but you have to change. And change, the first thing with a lot of people is fear. And that's okay, that's natural. However, there are people out there that have their testimonies that have stated that they have changed and it was the best decision. They went on that flight and went wherever it took them. They took that chance on leaving their job. They took that chance with something that they couldn't feel or think at the time was enough for them, but they took that leap of faith. So once people have broken the cycle from the perception trap and realize that possibilities are infinite, that you have access to really anything you put your mind to within reason, okay, that you can escape this. I know you're probably thinking, oh wow, she's talking like new age gobbledygook, like what the hell is she saying? But I think a lot of people need to feel it too. And with all these distractions going on, it's distracting us from our heart and our soul and our purpose. And a lot of people, they find things to keep them busy to avoid what's going on within themselves. Because I think, and this happened to me as well, that once you sit in silence, all the scary things come up and you have to process that. And for me, it took years, and that's okay. I have grown and learned more about myself, and it's just, you have to go through the darkness in yourself. Some people call it shadow work. You may call it something else. You may call it deconstructing. But essentially you have to go through all that, the dark feelings, through your mind, heart, and soul, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, in order to find out who you are, what your desires are, your alignment with, your spirit. You just have to go through these things in order to come out on the other side with growth, unity, integrity. And I guess what I'm saying is that, we've been deceived for too long. And that in order to change, it's going to be hard. You have to build that stamina. You have to build the discipline. And it's not going to be easy. I mean, you're going to have times where it seems ultimately impossible. But, I feel like personally, if you put your faith into a higher power, whatever you may believe in, if you believe in something else, anything that can give you the strength to carry on. And I just felt like this is something my heart was telling me to share lately. So I think that once, as a human being in this existence, this life, we're going to be seeing a lot of things, and a lot of people are upset right now with what's going on, and we all want to change it, but first it starts within ourselves, and then we can carry each other and build each other up. So I don't know if any of you guys have these similar thoughts, your philosophy of what's going on in the world. I'm sure there's way more going on than I can even comprehend. A lot of what I think is based on observation, feeling, intuition even. So I just wanted to share that stream of consciousness with you today. I just felt like it's something that, I think, again, we're all becoming aware to it, but it was just something I felt like it was on my heart to share.